Now, the interviewer, you have been very close to them, to the families. You have been able to share this process with them. Tell the people who see us and listen to us at this hour everything you were telling us about the experience, this painful experience, like the hairdresser, the musician, the baseball player. All you have been able to see, President, there are wounds on their souls, they are very psychologically affected. When you start to speak to them, they express this, but also they are full of joy and proud that are the first ones to have a president in El Salvador, because none of those who were guarding them imagine that they were going to perform an uprising. Everything they had on their hands inside their cell. They suffered so many abuses. There were a single moment they stopped beating them. They were following orders of mistreating them, to humiliate them. Because what I was told, and I've been able to collect for several reports, the objective was to put them on their floors, to bend their knees, and they never let them. They had a very powerful strength, and all of them thought in taking their lives and committing suicide. So that happens when there are extreme conditions. For example, I met several cases of torture in the 70s and 60s. For example, the father of Jorge Rodriguez, who was brutally tortured and then killed on July 21st, 1976. And when people are subjected to extreme situations of pain, it is even human of this idea, but then the strength comes, the strength, the bravery. That was what helped them to remain on their foot. They were united. The father of Michaelis told us if one was beaten, all of them were beaten. And the first uprising is precisely that one of them was beaten, and all of them, the rest of them, started to throw things at the officer and were able to break the chains and take the pavilion, and they never let them get inside, and there was a rebellion, and they did this in 2 occasions. There were hunger strikes, blood strikes as well. What cases drew your attention of this hairdresser that you mentioned from Táchira? It brings up to my mind, because he said inside the investigations, it took my curiosity that in 2023 and 2024 something happened that they were not allowed to go inside the US, and they say that they feel utilized and part of a plan that had them there as part of a plan to be hostages of a situation. This hairdresser was never able to go inside, to enter the United States, and he used to help children with AIDS. To migrate is a human right. It is established in all the conventions of human rights and from international organizations. Migration is a human right. The Homo sapiens, all of us, from 300,000 years of our existence, what we have done the most is to migrate. In Venezuela, there are over 10,000 of migrants, in between Colombians, Indians, Peruvians, Italians, Spain, Spanish people, Portugal, and this is not a crime. Migrants go through the world, and Latino migration that has gone to the United States it does so to work. The Venezuelan migration is a quality migrant. If in the United States there is a need of professionals, Venezuelans are ready for it.